the blockchain breeze. He's live every day, decode the mazes. JJ's cryptic corner, where the coins keep turning. Log in now, the future's burning. JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic corner. Pixels glow, charts flow, crypto whispers, secrets show. He cracks the code on this winding road. JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic corner, JJ's cryptic. Tune in, lean back, grab your coffee, hit the track. JJ's live, don't be late. Cryptic wisdom, seal your fate. JJ's cryptic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing today? Sound off in the chat. Smash the like button on your way in. Let us know your opinion on the poll in the chat. How is Powell going to play it tomorrow? Hawkish, dovish, higher for longer, or at middle ground balanced? Let us know what you think. What's going on, Reese? We got Tom Selleck-Scout in the house. John316, aka Axe221. Tom Selleck-Scout. Everybody's here. Guys, smash the like button on your way in. Appreciate you guys for being here. Tom Selleck-Scout said JJ almost dying in Minecraft because he didn't want a shield was a funny short. That was actually pretty funny. I unironically, legit, was like fully against having a shield. I thought it was a huge waste of time. Turns out, not so much. If you guys haven't seen already, I got some footage, exclusive footage from inside the White House of Trump switching from Claude to Chat LGBTQ. So go check that out if you haven't already. It's a good one for sure. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are live we're live from the dinghy today. We're kind of on the fence. We're not sure what's going on here. We got hair today, and we got the Trump tie. We're doing it up. I'm probably gonna do a costume change because this wig is incredibly cheap and very, very itchy. But it looks good. Bitcoin $73,867.88. The wig. We got the Trump wig, dude. The Trump wig. 100% Trump wig. Hold on. Ready? I haven't had hair in a long time. I don't know how to act with it. Ready? I'm going to do the shampoo commercial. Did it move at all? All right. I look like some college douche. What's up? Hey, man, you coming to the pool party later? Oh, sick, dude. We're gonna have some babes. It's gonna be so sick. Sick. We got some beer and stuff. We got some brewskis. Oh, sick. All right. It's weird how much Trump and Marco Rubio sound alike. Do they? I actually never listened to Marco Rubio. He does everything, though. The Marco memes are great. Dude, the Marco memes are so funny. All right. Bitcoin 73,876. Looking good. Dominance up. Down 0.07. We are dancing around 59 right now. Actually in the process of losing it, which is exciting. We got a fake out above 59.5. Rejected 59.8. I guess you could just say we rejected 60. And then we came back down. We did a little fake out below 59. Resistance at 59.5, and now we're trying 59 again. If we lose it, then we got potential downside for dominance, which is potential upside for alts. Bitcoin, though, Bitcoin looks pretty good. We've been pretty stable. The decoupling is real, but, I mean, you can choose whatever way you want to look at the fractal. We're pretty much going up. And I don't know if it's going to fail from here or if it's going to continue to the upside. The fractal comes from right here, so it does actually fail in the original fractal, or the original location. So we're going to have to check that and see if that's what ends up happening. If so, we would get that retest of 70K again and then eventually lose it and head down to 40-ish. I don't know if we're going to go that low. We might, though. I'm not going to rule out anything. I just, right now, recency bias, not feeling it. Tom Saltzcoat said, I'm talking about your other shorts where you were trying to do voices, but everyone sounds the same. Your Trump is... Dude, my Trump is so bad. My Trump is so bad. I went into it, I was like, I'm good at doing some voices. I feel like I can do Trump really good. I suck at doing Trump. I'm so bad at doing Trump. Like, I've been fully mentally confident this entire time. I'm like, God, I'm gonna kill it, dude. I can sound exactly like him. I sound nothing like him, not even remotely close. If you played that for somebody and was like, who is that? They'd be like, I don't know, some random dude. What are you asking me? No one would guess Trump. Crypto Spaces said, my timeline is all bears tomorrow, big day. Dude, if we get a cut tomorrow, that would be so funny. I would make so much money off of Kalshi too. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. Pretty good day. I'm actually quite excited. Usually I'm not a big fan of Tuesdays. Today was a great Tuesday. It was a great Tuesday. The timeline's definitely all bears. For sure. All right, let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Go to the 12-hour. Oh, they're doing it again, man. What is this nonsense? I don't remember my login. Just use Google, man, every time. How many times do I have to click on it? It ain't working. Oh. Damn, I'm not a patient person. Coin glass. Liquidation heat map. Alright, we're in business. Apparently you gotta prepare that for the stream too. I gotta do the same thing for this dang thing. Alright, liquidation heat map. 12-hour. Get a little zoom action. We did liquidate all of the points from yesterday. 74,726, like all the way up. 74,726. So some bears definitely got liquidated, which we're going to see the actual number on that in the 77,723 in the news segment, because there's numbers and they're pretty spicy. I'm going to put this guy in there too. 75,392. Let's not forget that this is not irrelevant. I'm going to get rid of that, actually. I don't even know what it is. Let me get rid of it. I know our CME gap is up at 84,260. So that'll be exciting when we fill that, because it's going to happen eventually. 73,449. Today at work, I replaced my second ever. The first was like last week. 73,116. My first ever garage door opener. It was pretty random. I gotta say, whoever writes the instructions for that is the worst person on the planet, because it's not as hard as there's like 4 sections of instructions. There could be like 2 sentences. It's really the simplest thing. 7674. Crypto Spaces said Ben Cowan being wrong now would be the ultimate win since he's been right so much. He hasn't, though. That's my problem, man. Everyone says that, and I don't blame them, because he's got a huge following and he publishes like whatever, he feels like publishing that day. But let me just find this stupid clip. I literally have a whole video, which I still find incredibly like silly that he blocked me over. But I have this stupid video of him insisting that the 4-year cycle doesn't exist. And this is the last bull market. He said the 4-year cycle never happened, or was never a thing. It's only happened once. Every other cycle was not a 4-year cycle, and now suddenly every cycle was a 4-year cycle. So which one is it? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he missed this entire run up as well. I think he was insistent on Bitcoin going lower when we bought them. I could be wrong on that though. I seem to recall that happening. I gotta make sure I mute this at the right time. But I want you guys to, I want to freshen you guys up on my smear campaign. just so I can get a little more miles out of it before the defamation lawsuit. All right, let me turn up the volume, make sure you guys can hear it.
Okay, and that is a very common misconception, in my opinion, that the cycles are 4 years. In fact, the only 4-year cycle was the last market cycle. And so you could argue that there's some recency bias for people thinking that Bitcoin has to operate on fairly well-defined 4-year cycles. I've always had a hard time believing that.
So here I am showing his recent, from December 20th, 2025, his recent tweet pointing out that every single cycle was 4 years. But this video from 4 years ago, he was saying there was only one 4-year cycle.
Considering, generally speaking, the entire market, all of market participants can't just know when the cycle peak's going to be.
And now he's saying that you can't just know when it's going to happen. But today, he says that you can. It's 4 years every single time. So, I don't know. The guy's more indecisive than my hairline. He was right about his Bitcoin dominance call. That's true. That is 100% true. I've always had respect for Ben until he blocked me on X. But I'm not a fan of his he's so cocky about this 4-year cycle thing. But literally last bull market, he insisted that the 4-year cycle didn't exist. So I guess I can't really take anything he says seriously. Besides his Bitcoin dominance call, outside of that, it seems like nonsense. All right, let's see. We got our marks for the liquidation heat map. ETH up 0.41. This looks so good. ETH looks great. Is that a flag? I don't know. It's small. Maybe on a larger or on a lower time frame, it'd be bigger. I really like ETH above 2250. I like it back above the purple trend line. I think the most fun looking thing to me on these charts right now for ETH specifically as well. I'm gonna get rid of all of these because we're not gonna reference any of these. I don't care if they should come up later. We'll put lines on there again. My bottom call for Q4 2025 clearly that was not correct. Damn, what an awful bottom call. That was when I was still slightly bullish. I had a breakout guess too. Look, what is that? Was that the exact top? Fed rate cut day? That was the exact top on Ethereum. Or like a couple days later. What? That's crazy. All right, I'm going to leave all that other stuff up there. So we have this purple trend line. I'm going to make it a thick boy. Purple trend line that goes all the way back to 2020. And you don't have to follow this perfectly. But we wrote it pretty nicely, and then we got a new all-time high. That was bull market. Everybody had fun. Since then, we pulled back once, twice, and then the third time, and then we broke below it. And with that break below, which came April 2025, we got bounce, dead cat bounce, lower low, and then we climbed back up, resistance, broke above it, and then a new all-time high, actually, believe it or not. So since then, we've pulled back tremendously, and retested 2K. That 2K retest was what? Like the top of the bear market range, if you want to call it that? Ish. Maybe the median of the bear market. Not that that's really relevant, but the fact that we're dipping below, for the second time, below this purple trend line, little fake out below it, and kind of maybe using that as a liquidity grab. I don't know if that's telling of a nice recovery. Or if we do recover nicely, are we maybe going to reject around 2,800? I actually kind of like that. I'm going to put that on there. Point of interest. Rejection. Let's see if we reject there. Basically, support back here, resistance back here. Resistance broke, turned support, broke below it. It should be resistance again. If we reject there, we're going lower probably. If we break above it, great. I don't know. What's the matter? Oh, did I turned my mic down. Oh, my bad. Are we better? All right, is it better now? Could you guys hear me that whole time? Damn, that's embarrassing. The wig is messing with my brain, man. I'm not used to this much temperature on top of my head. The temperature increase is frying my brain cells. All right. 23.26. Let's see if we reject this 2800 level. Previous resistance back there turned support right here. Broke below it. It's probably going to be resistance again. Okay. My bad, guys. My bad. I got the mic taken care of. We're good. We're good. Maybe I do that. But what if I did that on purpose just to like drive up engagement in the chat? Just absolutely diabolical. It's still awful. What do you mean it's still awful? It should be great. Still awful? I haven't done anything. OBS updated. That might be why. Do I really got it? What if I put it up in my face? Is that better? Do you want me to put it up in my face? Sometimes I talk loud, though. I think I have a thing so that it doesn't tweak out. I don't know, man. Should I check the... Should I check the filters? It's low for sure. I don't know what to do about that. I can turn up my gain. Is that better? Better? Put it in your mouth? I don't know what to do for you guys, man. It does show that it's minus with 13.3 decibels. I don't know where that's coming from, though. I got an equalizer. I got a threshold, which isn't really doing anything. Output gain minus 9 and then 8. Yeah, that's probably what it is. All right, I'm going to tweak this a little bit. 4.3, close. Okay, is that better? How's that? Is that a lot better? Let me know how you guys like that. It's better but still low. All right, let me know if you like this one. I'm gonna ask for more votes actually in the poll, the current poll. We only got 4 votes right now. How is Powell going to play tomorrow? Hawkish, dovish, higher for longer, or middle ground balanced? Let me know. Okay. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the chat just in case you guys say anything about the damn mic. 22 or 23.25. If we do pull back, I'm looking for 22.50 for a bounce. You can always mess with off stream, but yeah, that's much better. Okay, good. Good. All right, Solana down 0.02%, 94.60. We have a trend line here. This is a very relevant trend line. I've talked about it a lot. If you guys want a really big in-depth rundown on it, go check out the other streams probably. We got resistance. We got support. Broke above this all-time high. There was an inverse head and shoulder here that played out textbook. Neckline is a purple line. So purple is neckline, and then blue you got upper and lower trend line. We are below the lower trend line as we speak, and we want to get above that. We're trying for it right now. We had a orange trend line resistance at about 88. We broke above that finally. Broke above retest, confirmed. We've got 1 rejection. We could go for maybe 2, maybe 3, however many. We want to break above that blue trend line. That's going to be the most important thing we're looking for. 95, 96. I don't know. And then after that, 100 is going to be the big psychological level for Solana. So if we're going to try to maintain some semblance of bullishness, we want to get above the blue trend line, like I said, and then $100 is going to be the big one. Getting above 100 for Sol is priority number 1 right now. RSI did cross bearish over that moving average. We got a red dot of the momentum wave pointed to the downside, but we have positive money flow. That's huge. Most of these charts have positive money flow right now. We have not seen that in a long time. Whenever we get positive money flow, the chart starts to recover. Look at this. Positive money flow, recover. Positive money flow, recover. Positive money flow, recover. Where else? I guess right here's the only anomaly. But we want sustained positive money flow and upside, obviously, out of the price. Solana's showing that same sign as everything else. Total 3, 750 is going to be psychological level that we're rejecting as we speak. This yellow trend line I'm not entirely sold on, which is why I have the orange one here. The orange one is a little more relevant. It's just a prominent psychological level of 750 billion. So we want to get above that and then hold that as support and continue to the upside. I suppose, see, this wasn't really a bearish or bullish pattern. I suppose it could have been and ascending channel, but it was barely ascending, so I'm not really sold on that concept. I don't know. I guess it's all going to depend on how the rest of the market plays out. We are incredibly close to overbought. We were overbought for a minute on a 4-hour time frame. We did cross bearish over the moving average on the RSI. Red dot in the momentum wave, but that positive money flow. I don't know if the positive money flow really applies to total 3, but pointing it out, I do like it. Let's see if we can get above 750. That was our previous support back here as well. So you can see the relevance. It's going to be resistance now. It was resistance here as well. We're going to get above that. If we don't, there's potential for us, I suppose, to pull back to maybe 700 if it gets really dicey. But we're going to keep an eye on every 10 billion is going to be a psychological level to look at for sure. So ADA up 0.03. This also kind of looks similar to ETH with the potential flags set up. Let's see if that turns into anything. 30 cents is the next hurdle for Cardano. 28.90 is the current price. We don't necessarily have a pattern here either. It just looks like a bottoming pattern, to be honest. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, very much just a bottoming pattern. Can we get a inverse BART would be ideal. Get back above 36 even would be awesome. We'll see what plays out, though. We are close to overbought. We were overbought. We're actually holding that moving average. Or did we just cross? We might have just crossed. Yeah, it's like microscopic. You can barely see it. But we did just cross bearish. And it depends on how this candle closes, I'm sure. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Positive money flow here as well with the red dot at the momentum wave pointed to the downside. We'll see what plays out. Snack looks great. More upside in tow, hopefully. Midnight struggling. XRP up 0.09%. This also looks like a lovely flag. The only thing that I don't like about this is this wick, indicative of some serious selling pressure around $1.50, $1.60, or $1.55, I guess. $1.55, I suppose, is going to be the next level of resistance. It's not super relevant, but I really like this pattern. We had a symmetrical triangle, and we're breaking bullish out of it. The only thing that I don't like is that we didn't get a fake out of the downside, really. But you could make the argument maybe that this was a descending channel with a fake out, and that this is breaking bullish. I don't know. Whatever, you can. It's all semantics. Once you get into the nitty gritty, especially you'll find out that more and more during the bull market when stuff really kicks off. There's gonna be so many different people pointing out TA. Some of it's gonna make sense. A lot of people are gonna be right all the time. A lot of people are gonna be wrong all the time. It's probably gonna be a mixed bag for everybody. I'm gonna probably be right 2, 3, 4 times, like really good, and then 10, 20, 30, 40 times really bad, really wrong. That's going to be majority of the cases for everybody. It's all speculation. That's why it's called technical analysis and not technical fact. It's all fun, I think the real driver, at least right now, is news, geopolitics, the macro, and I don't know, preparing for what's to come. H-bar looks like a bull flag. Top of the range. Let's see if H-bar can break above that orange trend line. Sweet. I guess you could call it top of the range. It kind of looks like it broke out if it was a range. Honestly, this looks, I don't know. It's sloppy. I think I did the same thing yesterday. Maybe that, you had resistance, kind of resistance. You broke above it, retest, confirmation. It's sloppy. I don't hate it, though. We're back above $1, though. That's the real hurdle was $1. If you can hold that and continue the upside, that would be great. $1.10 would be the next level to break above. We do have a confirmed red dot on market cipher. This downside might confirm it. If you can get back above that level, then you could invalidate that red dot. Ondo broke above the orange trend line. Awesome. Ondo's probably going to be a big player in the tokenized world. Hopefully they benefit from it financially, but for now there's really no incentive to buy it. From an institutional standpoint, because you don't need to own it to use their tokenization services. You did get a bearish cross of the moving average on the RSI. See if you head further down from there. But 30 is going to be the next psychological level. Arrow. Orange trend line for arrow. We want to get above that. It's kind of in the middle. I'm going to call it a skewer zone. It's kind of in the middle of its range, the median. Maybe slightly above that. Polkadot still turning heads, 162. I did DCA into Polkadot, and I'm very, very pleasantly surprised. You had this accumulation, this inverse BART, if you will, and then it retested that breakout level and exploding to the upside, which is awesome. It's really nice to see stuff finally play out, especially for Polkadot. Apparently, they're overhauling their tokenomics, which is huge. I think it's going to be a big benefit to them. $1.62. Let's see if this thing can get above $2. That'd be crazy. It was like 25. What's Polkadot's all-time high? Let's go see. I think that are they pretty far down? Did I skip them already? They just changed their logo too. Are they in the top 20? No, okay. I gotta search. I don't know where they're at. That's number 33. Okay, I must have zipped right past them. What's that even do? It's a layer 1. It's a layer 1 ecosystem. They have good staking rewards. Once upon a time, it was $51.70. I think we did the math. They've inflated the crap out of their supply. So I don't know if they'll ever get to $51 again. Again, unless they buy and burn like 50% of their supply. But allegedly, they're doing a tokenomics overhaul. Yeah, see, they just print like crazy. Are you kidding me? The staking rewards just kicked in, I guess. When was that? 2024? November 2024? Their staking rewards kicked in? Oh no, they did staking rewards 10% right here too. I don't know. I have no idea then. They're just going to print to oblivion till 2031. Yeah, the staking rewards for sure is part of the problem, but allegedly, from what I read, they're overhauling their tokenomics, so it has potential. It has a ton of potential. Or maybe they just had a halving. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. It doesn't look like a halving. It looks like it's going to print just as much. Who knows, man? Anyways, Polkadot chart looks good for short-term gains. Avalanche, still above $10. Looks awesome. Flag potential. Definitely there. See if it does anything. 1023. I guess if it's going to retest $10, that'd be great. But 1025 would be a nice level to stay above. It's kind of playing around with this. We broke below, found support, resistance, broke down further, and now we're breaking above, testing that resistance as support. I don't know. You could probably sell that to me. 1022 at the current price. Bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI. See, there was a red dot right here on the 4-hour time frame. Right here. Didn't really mean much. You got a little baby pullback and then a beautiful launch pad. So the red dots aren't 100% relevant, especially maybe not on the shorter time frame. They might just be meaningful on the longer time frame, but they do signal downside. Heavy downside. Chainlink. Back below $10, $9.84, struggling with $10. That's going to be the big level to break. And we do have this ascending channel, which is a bearish pattern. If we invalidate that, there's a ton of potential for a pretty decent upside out of that. But we got to get above $10 and stay above it. Doge. We got purple trend line for Doge, which is a legacy trend line. I don't think Doge has ever been below this trend line. Trend line goes all the way back. Well, you can adjust it, I'm sure. It's pretty messy, but it goes 2020. It's kind of like the same trend line as Ethereum. So this is Doge's ETH trend line. We're going to get above that. We're above 10, though. That's huge. Let's see if we can hold above 10. Gold. Gold is $5,012, $5,011. It is up 0.1% on the day. Looking good. Are we bottoming here, or did we break below 50-50 to reject and continue to the downside? Hopefully, it forms a little W. Even if it just forms a W, gets back in here, and then chops around in here. I like it staying above 5K. If it gets below, I'm going to get a little spooked. We do have negative money flow for the first time in a long time. I don't know if this is even relevant on the gold chart, but money flow is negative. We got green dot, red dot, green dot. Money flow is negative, yeah. Interesting. We'll see where that ends up going. But I do like it holding above 5K. That's my ideal scenario. Silver lost 80. We're at 79.77 right now. Is 77 going to hold? That was our previous target from, gosh, probably back here. We hit it. We got above it, and we went even higher. Way, way higher. So we got a rejection at like 120. Pull back. Got our W. I don't know. Now we're just doing like a weird, messy, choppy, sideways, lingering scenario. If I was a... I don't even know what this is called. This is the... I don't remember. Is it harmonics? I don't remember. Do you guys remember what that's called? It's like a bullish bat or something like that. I don't remember. That's a thing. But people are like, oh, if you could do that, it breaks out. I never liked that. It's very arbitrary. You can literally just like make whatever shape you want and be like, oh, it's inside of the two triangles. I think it's one of the things that you can pick too. What the hell is it called? Right there. No, they're not going to have the name for it though. It's this XABC, whatever the hell. Cipher. I don't remember. I remember seeing people talk about it though. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we bounce off 77. DXY lost 100 and rejected it. Potentially, I don't know, are we going to springboard off 99.5? That's going to be a psychological level. Previous resistance turns support. That could be our spring to get back above 100 and stay above it. Kind of crazy that we lost it already, though. Might be doing this same exact thing that it did back here. Should we fractal it? I'm not sold. Our size chilling. Nothing really to look out for. It's below 100. That might be why we're getting this easy button pump on everything. I don't know if you guys are not in the Discord yet, go join the Discord. It's a ton of fun. It's completely free. I've been trading. I stopped trading for like 4, 5, 6 months, and I started trading again a couple days ago, and I've been kind of killing it. I'm actually pretty excited how good I've been doing. All right, I gotta take the wig off. The wig is killing me. The wig is absolutely demolishing my brain. Oh my gosh, that feels so much better. You don't realize how small your head is until you... Or I guess my head's not small, it's just bigger with the wig on. I do have a big head. Okay. Back to my normal stuff. I feel so much better. Alright, I'm going to end the poll. Apparently we only got 4 poll participants. I asked you guys, how's Powell going to play it tomorrow? 50% of you guys said dovish, cut hints. 25% said hawkish, hike hints. And 25% said higher for longer. Nobody said middle ground, balanced. Let's do the next poll. What is the next poll? I'm going to go with... Where do you think Bitcoin rejects next? We've got right here under 75K. We've got 80K. Or no, I'm sorry. Arbitrary 77K. We've got 80K. Just because. And 90K or higher, I think. Let me know what you guys think. Where do you think Bitcoin rejects next? Under 75, 77K, 80K, or 90 or higher? Let me know. DXY, Dow Jones, $47,005.15. Pretty decent pullback here so far. What do we got from the peak? 6.8 overall, almost 8% total. It's not a bad pullback. If we do bounce, I don't think it's going to be the first one. Or I don't think it's going to be the last one. Yeah, 9.2. And then subsequent 13, 14 for a total of around 18%. Now, what intrigued me, I don't know if it's the case for the Dow, but yeah, look at this. Let's go to the seasonals really quick. I always like looking at this data. Check out 23. What is it? Is it 23? What's the green one? It's 25 actually. Check out last year, 2025. We pulled back into April, May, and then June, July, August, September. The rest of the year, we just went up, and it was beautiful. Beautiful performance. Now, if we add 2024 in there, we also kind of had a springtime pullback. Springtime is the worst. Is that true? What did we look up? I don't remember. What was it? Springtime was the worst and summer was good? Or was springtime the best? I don't remember. I asked Rock and it gave us the answer. Maybe springtime was the best and summer was the worst? Or was it autumn? I don't remember, man. Anyways, the seasonals was really interesting to me just because we had a pullback. Very similar the past 2 years, actually, in the springtime. So it's going to be interesting to see if that plays out the same exact way. NASDAQ up 0.35 on the day. The fractal that is a very recently adopted fractal, kind of decoupling, but again, it's very easily scootable. If you want to be bearish, this is the bearish fractal for sure. So I'm going to keep it on there just for fun. But we're sitting at 24,860 right now. Can we get back above 25K? I feel like it's possible. We've been lingering here since the beginning of February, so same story as everything else, really. S&P, 67.16. Tom Scott said the Dow is under 50,000. The Dow is under 50,000. That is true. Bad news for criminals. $6,716 on the S&P. Kind of rejecting 67.50, which is just one of those arbitrary psychological levels. It's 200. It's a quarter down from 7K. We did break above the moving average on the RSI on the 4-hour time frame. We are pretty much following this fractal, though. This is another recently adopted fractal, a potential doomed fractal, to make up for the failed last, 5% of S Fractal 3.0. He was a good fractal. Evidently, the dip turned out to be too much for his rip. Serial Killer 5150 said, Jay, what's going on, Serial Killer 5150? Is that for a PV 5150? Serial Killer? Cheers, by the way. All right. 67.16. Not much going on here. If we do pull back, what's our 20% pullback mark? Is that 61.47? Is that what that's for? Or are we looking for that maybe potential pullback to the previous resistance? I'm going to go from our top down. Oh, we can't even get to 20% on the damn chart. 20% is approximately, I'm going to go with 5,600. 5,600, and I'm going to put potential 20% pullback level. So let's see if that turns out to be anything. The halfway point, maybe right about there at that 62 level. I don't know. I don't know. NVIDIA sideways as always since the end of February, really. This thing's been kind of sideways. Honestly, if you don't pay attention to like the 50% swings in either direction, this thing's been sideways since like August 2025. Tesla, maybe, I don't know, kind of looks like it's starting to calm down from its sell-off. It has been selling off pretty harshly, though. It's definitely had harsher sell-offs in the past. Let's see if this thing can get back above 400 and maintain some level of above 400-ish price. MicroStrategy, aka Big B Coffee, in case you guys are not aware, the reason I call it Big B Coffee is because the logo matches perfectly. Michael Saylor just blatantly plagiarized the Big B Coffee logo. And there is an active lawsuit right now. Big B Coffee is actually suing Strategy for literally just ripping off their logo. I'm joking, actually. I did not say that. Legally, I'm not allowed to say anything like that. But 149.65 on the price of Strategy. They're actually doing pretty dang good. I don't know if they're going to sell more shares to buy more Bitcoin, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I am liking what I'm seeing. Bitmine is doing equally as good. I can't type, man. Bitmine 2321. Very similar pattern. 88 Metals Mania said, I always wondered why you called it that. I know you guys are curious every time I pull out the chart. I feel like I gotta let you guys know. People forget. I've been told that that's people's favorite segment. 23.21 current price of Bitmine. We did ladder in buys. Actually, ladder in is not the right term. We've just been kind of throwing money at this thing at the $20 level. So we'll see if it pays off. If not, if it goes lower, then we're probably gonna do the same thing when it gets lower, just because. What I like about ETH is that it's got more upside potential by comparison with market cap only. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way, guys. In case you guys are not aware, today is St. Patrick's Day. You should legally be consuming alcohol. Not financial advice. I'm joking. But also, I'm not. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, ETH upside potential because of the market cap, but also you can stake it. 88 Metals Mania said they are lying to you about it being their fave. No. I've received fan mail, people telling me that I changed their life with the Big B Coffee segment. Tom Sox said, "All right, now I can leave the stream. My favorite Big B segment is over." See what I mean? There you go. There's whole compilations on TikTok of just my Big B Coffee segment. That's the dream right there, man. That's how I'll know I made it when there is actually a Big B Coffee segment. We got 3 votes so far. I asked you guys, where do you think Bitcoin rejects next? Most of you guys, actually all of you guys, 100% of the votes so far, right here under 75K is what you guys are saying. Dominance chilling, potentially bouncing off 59. Bitcoin looking a little green right here, 0.23 in the positive, $74,086. Let's see what we got. Return of green, man. We've been having some pumpy streams. It's been fun. It's always fun when we're pumpy. News segment. We got a lot of news today. Let me warm up. Okay. Skyadelic said, it's starting to happen. I'm already seeing the bears say, loading some spot altcoins here for a push higher, but I'm still mega bearish, obviously. Then, when we keep going higher, they will raise their targets. Once that fails, they will say they printed on altcoins and called it. At 60Ks, everyone was so confident we were going lower. Now no one is saying anything. That is how it always goes. And that is why you ignore overly bearish sentiment at oversold lows. 35K was being thrown around everywhere. And right now, Bitcoin just closed back inside its high time frame structure. Where are the 35K calls now? This is not me saying we will never drop again. It is me highlighting how sentiment and mood shifts around people's predictions. You can call me wrong sometimes, but you cannot call me a flip-flopper. I have never wavered and will not waver until the job is done or I am invalidated. Dang. Marty Party posted, the lowest grade U.S. corporate debt, BBB rated, is $5 trillion. One degrading down and it becomes junk and will be dumped. This is regulation. This is GM, AT&T, Oracle, etc. That's actually crazy that that's Oracle. These are the things together with private credit that will cause the Janet Yellen print. We do like Janet Yellen prints. 88 Metals Mania said, imagine being Big B Coffee gift certs. Right. John Brooks posted, just wait until the green tries selling to the red. Gen Z isn't even on the chart. Trillions of dollars, wealth by generation. The silent and earlier generation, baby boomer generation, Gen X, and millennial. Who's going to buy all this? Nobody. We're going to inherit it. 88 Metals Mania said, till the job is done. Damn, guys, serious, eh? My favorite posts are the ones where the people are like, I called the exact top on October 6th. I'm going to call the exact bottom again. Subscribe so you know it hasn't happened yet. Those people are my favorite. Because they get, like, they tell you this whole there's always, like, a really nicely worded spiel that they probably had Grok read or something. And then they say that dumb crap at the end. I called the exact top. I'm gonna call the exact bottom. I'm the best trader alive. Make sure you follow me so I can get my $10 from Elon this month. Thank you. Screen cap this, yeah. Make sure you bookmark this and reference it later. Breaking. U.S. Treasury has just bought back $15 billion, with a B, of its own debt, the largest buyback ever in history. Debt buybacks bring bond yields lower. This makes borrowing easier and provides liquidity support. Hell yeah. Quick reminder again, if you guys have not seen it yet, I did do the Trump Claude ChatGPT skit. Go check it out. It's in my shorts. Trump switched from Claude to ChatGPT, which I made a chat LGBT joke. It's actually really funny. Go watch it if you haven't. I literally bought that tie and I bought the hair. I bought the hair for that. I'm very excited to be able to do more Trump stuff. I'm like, there's so many possibilities. There was no Biden costume available. I mean, I guess he's bald. I could have done that. I'm bald already, so. 88 Metals Mania said, then it's gone the next day. LOL. Remember this post, and then it's gone the next day, right? That's why you got to remember it. You got to follow them so that you don't miss out. They delete it to make it scarce. Scarcity equals demand. It's simple supply and demand. Philly said, Philly in the hizzy. What's going on, Philly? 88 Mills Mania said JJ getting canceled for that little joke. That would be so funny. I mean, to be fair, I did not make any distasteful jokes. It was just a funny joke about Venezuela, like, going amazing. Venezuela was so great. They're like, let's use Claude. The Pentagon uses Claude. Venezuela's amazing. They're like, guys, there were 0 casualties, and we have Maduro in custody in like less than 24 hours. And then they switch to ChatGPT, and they're like, well, we bombed Iran a bunch, but they closed the Strait of Hormuz, and gas is $4 a gallon now. ChatGPT sucks by all comparison. Let's just be real here. Let's be 100% honest. There was a reason they were using Claude before. It's better. They use ChatGPT now. They're probably still using Claude. No, because we would have been done with this whole thing by now. They're probably going to switch to Claude and be like, yeah, we're using ChatGPT. They're going to be like, ChatGPT, use Claude and ask it this. I wonder if that's going to be a thing that you can do in the future. All right. This one, again, we talked about MasterCard yesterday. We've had this discussion. Everyone's like, where's the money going to come from? Literally like 1% of the population on the planet knows about crypto. MasterCard right now is shoving it in your face. When they want you to buy, they will get you to buy. And by you, I mean me, you, every retail person. I'm not a billionaire. I'm retail. MasterCard posted, today we announced our intent to acquire BVNK Finance, expanding our end-to-end support of digital currencies with BVNK's leading stablecoin-based payment infrastructure. Together, we're strengthening how fintech's platform and financial institutions connect traditional fiat and on-chain payments across rails, currencies, and regions. That's huge. Not enough people are talking about this. MasterCard, one of the biggest payment processors on the planet, literally getting into stablecoin. Watcher Guru posted, Bitcoin officially reclaimed 75K, and just perfectly, as it always happens whenever they call a price, by the time we see it on the news segment, we've lost that price. So thanks, Watcher Guru. Odds of Bitcoin hitting 80K this month, reaching a new all-time high of 52%. This is why I like it when we're at extreme highs or extreme lows on any of these bets, because it's so easy to buy it, and then suddenly you're up 30%. It's pretty cool. $450 million worth of crypto shorts liquidated in the past 24 hours. Epic. PayPal officially enables stablecoin across 70 countries. Also epic. President Trump says oil prices are going to drop like a rock soon when the war with Iran is over. Amazon launches 1-hour delivery across hundreds of U.S. cities. That's also pretty cool. SEC Chair Paul Atkins says the former administration refused to recognize that most crypto assets are not securities. Wow. Also, this 1-hour delivery, what's the difference between that and just a grocery store at that point? Kalshi getting sued by everyone? Are they really? Or are you talking about the one with the Khamenei thing? CFTC, did I read this one yet? SEC Chair Paul Atkins says the former administration refused to recognize that most crypto assets are not securities. CFTC issues clarity for non-custodial crypto wallet providers to facilitate trades. SEC and CFTC issue joint guidance confirming most crypto assets are not securities. Very cool. 88 Metals Mania said Amazon has to be the best company on earth. Oh, I love Amazon. I think Amazon's great. I had a conversation with a buddy a couple months ago. He was kind of talking crap about Walmart. And he was like, F the Waltons. And I was like, what do you mean F the Waltons? And I don't know anything about the family, whatever, but the company provides the most jobs in the United States of America. Walmart is the largest employer in the country. So I think it's kind of silly to say F Walmart, personally. As a corporation, I don't really care about their profits and whatever. Like, I could care less about that. But the fact that they provide the most jobs in the country, I think that's pretty cool. I like it. 88 Metals Mania said as of mid-March, Kalshi is facing legal challenges, lawsuits, or enforcement actions from over 10 states. That's crazy. So I know the Khamenei one, which that one I think is going to get either thrown out or the class action people are going to lose, which would be really funny. What happens if you lose a class action lawsuit? What happened? Like if the class, like if I was one of the people and I signed up for the class action lawsuit, what if the people being represented lose? Can they countersue and do I have to pay? Because that'd actually be really funny. Sorry, that'd be really funny. Um, the people that were participating in that bet did not read the rules. Kalshi will not do bets on like people losing their life. And Polymarket actually just had a problem with this. There was a journalist that wrote an article that basically determined the outcome of this bet, and there was a deadline on the timeline as well. And people were threatening this journalist's life. They said, "We're going to kill you unless you change the outcome. You need to rewrite the article." And Polymarket was like, "We're condemning this and we're banning the accounts involved." What? You need to just not do any bets that involve people, like the life or death of people or a journalist, an individual journalist, because that's just incentivizing murder. It's crazy. Polymarket tries to make a reporter. Yes, that's crazy. That's insane. Because how hard would it be if I was a crazy person and I had if I had like $50 and I placed a crazy bet that like so and so, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt was gonna die before the end of the month. I put my $50 on this, yes, which has like less than 1% of happening, and then I go kill John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. I just made $1 million, a couple million, however much money. I made a ridiculously large amount of money. And Polymarket was just like complicit in the death of John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. JJ, you're a crazy person. I am a crazy person, Drew. What's going on, Drew? Cheers, my friend. Happy Tuesday. Bitcoin, $74,160. All right. U.S. national debt reaches new all-time high of $39 trillion. Woohoo! We love all-time highs. Stablecoin 10 minutes ago, 9 hours ago. Another 500 million USDC issued on Solana. Very cool. Marty Party said number 1 or number 2. I'm thinking number 1. I do like number 1. Strait of Hormuz right now. We got some ships passing, guys. The Strait of Hormuz. Oh my gosh, beautiful. This is amazing. Entering the Strait of Hormuz is going to be a sticky situation. What a beautiful work of art. Drew said it's my Friday. Let's go. Heck yeah, that's awesome, Drew. Every day is Friday for me because I get to spend time with you guys. Breaking, the SEC has formally listed the tokens currently classified as digital commodities in its new crypto asset taxonomy. Solana, Aptos, Avalanche, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Chainlink, Doge, Ethereum, HBAR, Litecoin, Polkadot, SHIB, Stellar, Tezos, and XRP. That's pretty damn cool. Billy said his name is my name too. There's a really good meme there's a guy like sitting at a table, and it's like it looks like a comic book from like freaking the 1700s. There's a guy sitting at a table, and he's like, "My name's John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. What's your name?" And the guy's sitting down. He's like, "Holy shit, buddy, you're not gonna believe this." It's so funny. 74,139 on Bitcoin. Gold and silver continuing to drop. It's getting interesting, man. Kobe Essie letter. U.S. home supply is surging. Let's freaking go. 44,698 homes were delisted last year, were relisted for sale in January 2026. The highest January figure since data began in 2016, according to Redfin. This also marks the 5th consecutive annual increase since 2022. Relistings have surged 27,692, or 167%. As a result, relistings now represent a record 3.6% of all active listings, up from 1.9% in 2022. This comes as home delistings hit a record 112,788 in December 2025, as sellers pulled their homes off the market rather than accepting lower prices. Now they are returning in hopes of capitalizing on the spring buying season adding even more supply to an already buyer-friendly market. The U.S. housing market could see more price discounts. Let's go. Drew said Dot is ass. Dot's actually been doing pretty good. Allegedly, Drew, they are revamping their tokenomics. And they had a little spike down here. And then that spike retraced a good amount. And then it spiked again and retraced the retracement. Wow. Pretty cool stuff. We always like a good retracing. Software jobs postings are rebounding. U.S. software development, keep an eye on this. This is actually a big deal. Keep an eye on this because software companies right now and technology in general is what Bitcoin is kind of tied to. And if we see an uptick in performance out of software companies, we're likely to see an uptick in performance out of cryptocurrency as a whole. U.S. software development job postings on Indeed increased 6.5% since the start of the year to the highest since January 2024. Since May 2025, openings in this sector have risen 16.7%. By comparison, overall Indeed job postings remain near the lowest since February 2021. That said, software listings are still 69% below their March 2022 peak. At the same time, total openings are 35% below their 2022 high. Has the software job market bottomed? That would be pretty dang epic. U.S. housing affordability crisis is somehow still getting worse. 49% of Americans are now struggling to afford their regular rent or mortgage payments, up from 44% in May 2025, according to a Redfin survey. Gen Z is hit the hardest, with 67% struggling to afford housing. This followed by 54% of Gen X, 53% of millennials, and 36% of baby boomers. The most common sacrifices to afford housing are eating out less, skipping vacations, and delaying medical treatments. Gen Zers are going further, even selling belongings, taking side hustles, and moving back in with their parents just to keep up with payments. How do you move back in with your parents to keep up with payments? What are you renting then? This comes as homebuyers now need to earn $111,000 a year to afford the typical U.S. home, $25,000 more than the median household income. Housing has never been so unaffordable in the U.S. That's so cool. Tom Salk said prices keep going up here. You just have to live. You just have to live in a garbage climate. I don't understand. Prices keep going up here. You just have to live in a garbage climate? Drew said Dot needs to get to $25 for me to get out even. Ooh, I suggest averaging down. I don't know if $25 is going to happen. All right. But I'm not a financial advisor, so don't do anything I said. President Trump asks if Venezuela should be the 51st state. Wow, Venezuela defeated Italy tonight 4-2 in the WBC baseball semifinal. They are looking really great. Good things are happening to Venezuela lately. I wonder what this magic is all about. Statehood, number 51, anyone? President Donald J. Trump. That's crazy. People probably get stuck. They're probably like, oh, how dare he say this? Iranian leader and intelligence chief Ali Larijani has been killed in an Israeli strike. Dang, that sucks. U.S. coffee prices are surging at a record pace. That's actually crazy. Wasn't it just at like its all-time low or something? Average price is up to $9.46 per pound. In February, it jumped 30%. What? Over the same period? I thought it was just. Am I crazy? I thought that coffee was cheap. Tom Salk said home prices keep going up because the weather is nice. I can't believe no versus not threw you off that bad, and Cuba should be 51st state. Home prices keep going up because the weather is nice. That doesn't make any sense. That's a bad reason. I don't know if the weather determines the housing market. Buy the orange coffee stock. I'm confused about the coffee thing because we've read on the Kobayashi letter like 100 times the past 12 months that coffee was like at all-time lows. They were like, coffee's at an all-time low. We did it. In February, coffee prices jumped 30.5% year over year and have surged 127% since ground roast. Maybe it's different. Maybe whole bean is cheap. That's so confusing. I'm gonna see if I can find it. It's older. Yeah, right here. It's okay. It's from Bar Chart from June 27th, 2025. Was it really that long ago? Bar Chart posted. Here's okay. Nope. I got a more recent one. December 18th, 2025. Coffee falls to its lowest price since August. Coffee. I don't understand. U.S. coffee prices are surging at a record pace. I don't know what's happening. Since January 2020. What? Is this a different coffee? I'm so confused. Okay, I'm gonna sue some people. Look at this dude's beautiful hair. The top U.S. counterterrorism official, Joseph Kent, that's a fake name, has resigned in protest of the Iran war. That's a CIA agent if I've ever seen one. I cannot, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, Kent said. Where I thought that they literally had nuclear capabilities. They had enriched uranium. So here's my problem with the Iran thing. Iran, part of the nuclear deal that they made with Obama, and they got a lot of money off that deal. They made a deal with Obama that they were not going to enrich uranium above like 6% or something like that. It's teeny, like a little tiny amount of enriched uranium. They literally bragged on X last year that they had uranium that was 60% enriched. That's 10x, bro. That's literally 10 times what they said that they were going to do. Part of Obama's nuclear deal with Iran. So, I don't know. Counterterrorism guy doesn't really sound that counter-terrorist, in my opinion. I'm just saying. If you have a nuclear deal that says, I'm not going to do this, and then they're like, hey, look at what we did. We did the thing that we said we were going to do. You're probably going to get in trouble, bro. If I told my parents I will not drink, I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to drink alcohol. And then I come home and I'm like, oh, I'm drunk. My parents would have beat the crap out of me. Are you kidding me? It's just silly, dude. Bastards lying to us about coffee prices. For real, dude. That was a psyop. I feel like I've been bamboozled. Tom Solxo said, LOL, why do you think San Diego is so expensive? Because it's 78 and sunny year-round. Yeah, but it's covered in poop. San Diego literally has poop apps because there's poop everywhere. Poop. People poop on the street. It's not dog poop. New York has dog poop. San Diego has people poop. People poo-poo. That's no-no. Me no people poo-poo. And then the houses are expensive too? Screw that. Sounds like a poopy place to live. Billy said, I missed that, JJ. Who was killed in an airstrike? Some dude. That's actually, Tom Hanks. That's such a bad joke. I'm so sorry. Ali Larijani. Ali Larijani. Of course, Ali Larijani. Handsome CIA guy. He said he can't counterterrorize. President Trump says the U.S. has been informed by the most of our NATO allies that they don't want to get involved in a war with Iran. Demand for downside protection on U.S. stocks is rapidly rising. The one-month put call skew on the S&P 500 is up around 12 points, the steepest since December 2021. Investors are hedging at a record pace, or at a near record pace. Breaking said investors have, or Kobayashi letter said breaking, investors have rotated into cash at the fastest rate since the pandemic amid the Iran war, with average cash holdings in portfolios rising to 4.3% of assets under management. That's crazy. I'm not going to lie. I am actually majority cash, but that's not on purpose. I'm majority cash because my portfolio wrecked itself so hard that my cash position grew larger than my portfolio, and now I have a majority cash. It's also tax time, so what are you gonna do? But it makes me feel a lot more comfortable. That's for damn sure. Billy said, was the new supreme leader of Iran killed yet? No, allegedly though he's like maimed. There's rumors that he's like he's missing a limb and he's like unconscious or something. I don't know. The first we've heard of him was like a tweet. So Tom Salkscoat said, LOL, there's no people poop anywhere. It's the best place in the country to live, but you keep shoveling your driveway and putting snow tires on. Okay, no. I am not a snow tire guy. I think the people who switch tires for every season have been so taken advantage of by snake oil salesmen. You do not need different tires on your vehicle for different weather. A rubber tire is a rubber tire. Unless you're climbing a freaking mountain, like an actual, if you're going rock climbing with your Jeep, change your tires, sure. But if you have a vehicle on cement or blacktop, your tire, you could literally argue with me till you're blue in the face. You could show me scientific findings. You could show me physics stuff. I don't care. If you know how to drive in the winter, you do not need winter tires. Because why can't you use winter tires all year at that point? Huh? Got him with the snow tires. I can't do the tires, man. The tires kill me. It's like they're like, well, for about $600 a set, you can have 4 sets of tires. 1 for every quarter. Okay, that sounds like a great idea. You think I should probably spend $2,400 on 16 tires so that I can drive if it's a little bit like wet. If the road's a little bit wet. Oh shit, the rain. As soon as it rains, do you pull over and change your fucking tires? Respectfully disagree to the max, sir. I can't, dude. I will accept your respectful disagreement. You guys are more than welcome to respectfully disagree. I think it's a waste of money. I think instead of putting snow tires on your car this year, you should just super chat me. I'm sorry. That was dark, actually. That's really messed up, because then if you get in an accident, the joke was that you were gonna get into an accident and I would have money. That's not a good joke. It's so dark. Okay, let's continue. But I will drink Fago, and I don't have a driveway to shovel. So, housing market's fucked. Joke's on you. I don't own a house. Strait of Hormuz is now dominating global market coverage. The number of stories mentioning Hormuz on the Bloomberg terminal is up to a record 62,010 this month. This marks a 4,084% increase since the end of February. This also exceeds stories mentioning ChatGPT by 1,359%, even at its February 2023 peak. ChatGPT stories only reached 17,990, or 71% lower than Hormuz today. What if we make a ChatGPT Hormuz Epstein article? Because that's the real thing that they're distracting us from. Oh, excuse me. The entire world is watching the Strait of Hormuz. Systematic funds are aggressively selling global equities. Yeah, dude, everyone's selling everything. Doom and gloom. Systematic pressures are shifting amid the Iran war. I will say, paying for gas at the pump and seeing it say $3.99 really pisses me off. 88 said, not everyone's a pro driver like you. I drive a truck with all season and am also a pro driver like yourself. Well, then there you go. You got all season. You get 4 tires in one. Tom Salkscoat said, I just watched JJ's brain work out. 4 sets of tires equals 60. Yeah, math is hard. I was thinking about other stuff too. There's like 8 conversations happening in my head at any one time, including this one. Let's continue. The odds of U.S. entering recession are rising. The probability of a recession over the next 12 months jumped to 48.6% in February, the highest since the 2020 pandemic. This percent has risen 15 points over the last 6 months. This is based on the leading economic indicator invented by Moody's, which uses extensive economic data and a machine learning model. The recent surge was primarily driven by the deteriorating job market, with nearly all economic data softening since the end of 2025. Historically, such a high probability has never occurred outside of recessions. Wow. Such a high probability of recessions has never occurred outside of a recession? What? Wouldn't it no longer be a probability at that point? Am I crazy? Now, with oil prices surging in March, the indicator is expected to breach the key 50% threshold, as every recession since World War II, except the pandemic, was preceded by a spike in oil prices. The longer oil prices remain elevated, the longer the chance of an economic downturn. No shit. That's crazy. Who would think that? The U.S. is set to ease sanctions on Venezuela to unlock more oil amid the... Why would we sanction them if we're getting oil from them? What? Am I crazy? What if there was no restrictions on anyone, anywhere, ever? Between us and everybody else. Nobody restricted anybody. Isn't free trade just free trade? It sounds like we're trying to make more hurdles for, like, weird money grabs. Just print the money. We know you're going to print the money anyways. Just print the damn money. U.S.-listed energy firms are raising capital at an accelerated pace. Stock sales by U.S.-listed oil and gas producers are up to $3.51 billion so far in March, the second highest in at least 8 years. This marks a 826% increase from February, with 2 weeks still left in the month. By comparison, the record monthly amount raised since 2018 was $3.54 billion in September 2019. As a result, the S&P 500 Energy Index is up 29% year-to-date, outperforming all other major sectors. Investors are pouring money into energy at the fastest pace this year. It's just funny to see, like, after the fact, everyone's like, oil is going up. Oh my gosh, we should buy energy stocks now that oil's going up. You should have positioned prior, dude. If you're buying after the fact, you're already too late. You might make some money. I'm not saying that nobody's going to make any money. You might make some money and take profit. But it just seems silly to me, to, like, FOMO. This dude's hair looks different every time I see him. It kind of cracks me up. Russia has been... I'm sorry, I can't look at his hair. Russia has been providing improved drone technology to Iran in order to aid in their targeting of U.S. forces in the region, per Wall Street Journal. So it was a proxy war like Ukraine, which was funded by the United States, versus Russia. And now it's Iran, which is funded by Russia, versus the United States. What do you know? Am I crazy in thinking that it seems like we're in a world war? Because that seems very World War already. I don't know. It definitely seems like we're in a world war already. Retail? Yeah. Yep. Just like silver and gold, just like crypto. You know it's bad when JJ's laughing at your hair? Oh yeah. I mean, this is what... If I grew my hair up, I'm pretty sure this is what it would look like. Dude can't even lift his arm high enough to salute. I feel so bad. I kind of feel bad. Should I feel bad? I think he's a bad person. I don't feel bad. I don't give a shit. His hair looks like a butt plug. Kim Jong-un has won North Korea's parliamentary elections with 99.93% of the vote. What? Oh my gosh, congratulations on your free and fair democratic election. Cheers. Very cool. My favorite is when they launch missiles, because I'm pretty sure that they use a trebuchet. They put like Chinese fireworks. They put like Chinese fireworks in a trebuchet. They light it and then they launch it really quick, and usually they go off before they even leave the trebuchet. It's quite embarrassing. JJ, stop! You ain't growing hair like him, dude. Don't challenge me, man. I have not grown my hair out in a long time. Huge win. What were the Kalshi odds on him winning? Oh, dude, that would have been really funny. What if he actually lost? What if the people like faking it for him just lied and they were like, instead of like faking it for him, they're like, oh, you lost 99.93%. And he's like, what would he even do? Because they'd probably, I don't know, I don't know. What, I would like to know the system he has in place to fake his elections. I'm very curious. Update, it's probably just him. he like puts the things in the ballot and then he walks around and he goes in the back door and he comes back out on the other side and he grabs the ballot box and he's like, let me go count it. And then he leaves and he comes back and he's like, the winner is Kim Jong-un with 99.93% of the vote. And then he like puts everything and he like hurries up and he goes out the door again and he comes back and he's like, oh, I won? Oh my gosh, I won! He lost, but his daughter won. Huge bucks. Oh man. Michael Saylor says strategy generated 16,622 in Bitcoin gains last week, worth 1.2 billion. Very cool. MasterCard is set to acquire stablecoin infrastructure firm Bubunk for up to 1.8 billion. MetaPlanet moved 4,986 Bitcoin worth 368 million to new wallets after 3 months of inactivity. I kind of like the new wallet migration thing. Today, Crypto Fear and Greed Index rises to 28, breaking a 48-day extreme fear streak. Speaking of fear and greed, let's go check where we're at on the poll really quick. 9 votes. Okay. If you guys are interested in being degenerate gamblers like me, sign up for Castro with my link in the description. Deposit and trade with $25 or more, and we will both receive $25 in non-withdrawable site credit. It's a lot of fun, but it is gambling, so treat it like it is gambling. Don't spend more than you can afford to lose, but I'm not a financial advisor. Current market cap Fear and Greed is at 43, which is now neutral. Yesterday, it was at 43, so the same as yesterday. CoinGlass Fear and Greed is at 27, which is still in fear. Their Fear and Greed is a little bit different. Or maybe it isn't. No, actually, their fear and their extreme fear just look like the same color. So we've left extreme fear on CoinGlass. And then the stock market is at 21, which is still extreme fear. Hyperliquid has retaken its spot as number 10. And subscribe if you guys haven't already. I think we actually just reached... This has not updated. Let me see if I can get this to update. Hang on. Refresh. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave and come back. Oh, nope. There it is, 1.34K. Let's go. Oh my God, let's go. It took us freaking forever to get those 10 subscribers. Love you guys. All right, 9 votes. I'm going to end the current poll. I asked you guys, when do you think Bitcoin rejects, where do you think Bitcoin rejects next? 67% of you guys said right here under 75K. 22% said arbitrary 77K. 11% said 90K or higher, I think. And 0% said 80K just because. We got a total of 9 votes. Let me do next. Start poll. Okay, do we do another Bitcoin one? Why not? Is Bitcoin finally a hedge against Wall Street chaos? Yes, the decoupling is real. Not to be confused with Israel. No, just lagging. It depends on oil/gold. Need more time to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the poll in the chat. Is Bitcoin finally a hedge against Wall Street chaos? Yes, the decoupling is real. No, just lagging. It depends on oil and gold, or need more time to tell. Let me know what you guys think. Also, again, if you haven't already, you should hit that subscribe button. Maybe ring the bell for notifications. Bitcoin, $74,284. Some alts are waking up before you go. Let's continue. S&P 500 forms a death cross for the first time since October 2023 per bar chart. Ripple expands in Brazil with payments, custody, and treasury service. Plans to apply for VASP license as RLUSD adoption grows across LATAM. Very cool. I believe that's Latin America, by the way. Tether's QVAC unveils BitNet LoRa framework, bringing large-scale AI training to consumer GPUs and smartphones. Wow. Jerome Powell will host the FOMC press conference tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If by some crazy miracle I am able to, I will live stream, but I probably won't. We'll probably just live stream when I get home. I will try to get home a little bit earlier tomorrow because of the FOMC. So make sure you guys smash the like button, because I do some stupid stuff for you guys sometimes. Aster Chain has launched its mainnet for privacy-focused Layer 1 blockchain. Very cool. What's going on, Pickle Rick? BNB has taken the lead in ERC Boob AI agents, surpassing Ethereum and Base as total agents near 100K and activity continues to rise. Very cool. Gosh, he looks so weird. Sam Altman thanks developers who wrote complex code from scratch now are noting how easy it is to overlook their effort. I mean, that really doesn't go that far, to be completely honest. Thank them with your wallet, buddy. Like, pay them. Pay them better. Update: demand for downside protection in U.S. stocks is rising sharply with put-call skew at its highest since 2021 and short positions surging. Insight: according to Crypto Quaint analysts, traders are turning bullish ahead of the Fed with long positions now dominating the perpetual futures market. That's pretty weird. That's pretty weird, I'm not going to lie. Did they say retail? They did not say retail either. I don't know. Citigroup has cut its 12-month forecast to $112,000 for Bitcoin and $3,175 for Ethereum, citing stalled U.S. crypto legislation. Honestly, I'll take 3K ETH. That's a 50% increase. That's pretty sick. Bitcoin looks so good here. U.S. Department of Treasury has completed a record $15 billion debt buyback, the largest in history. Went over this earlier. Pickle Rick said, did you say Sam Bankman? And all I think of is Sam Bankman-Fried. Did I say Sam Bankman? I think I meant to say Sam Altman. No, it's Sam Altman. I get the same vibe, though. I get the same freaking vibe. We got Bankman and Altman. I think I wrote a joke about that. Like, I don't like this. I don't like this. We're going tinfoil, man. We're going tinfoil. Imagine you're the Illuminati. We go big. We'll go big, Cam. You're the Illuminati. And you're like, I want to crash crypto. How do we do it? Then they're like, well, we got John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt in the other room. They're like, that's not a good enough name. Let's change his name. He should be Sam Bankman. Make him Sam Bankman Fried. Sam Bankman Fried, because they're going to be freed from the Bankman. It's psychological. Make it Sam Bankman Fried and put him in charge of the largest cryptocurrency exchange and then have him steal a bunch of money and misplace it. Sir, it's been done. It was a success. Let's go. Okay, he's got to go to prison now. He's our scapegoat. We'll pardon him in the next presidency. Now I want to do AI. Let's do AI. We're doing AI now. What do we do? Sam Altman. Because AI is kind of like man, but it's alternative. It's smarter. Smarter than man. Sam Altman. Now, have him misplace a bunch of money and collapse the AI market. It's gonna happen, man. I swear to God, if it happens. If it happens, we're gonna reference this stupid clip. We gotta make note. March 17th, 2026. The tinfoil has been removed. March 17th, 2026. I'm gonna write it down. With no context. You all heard it here first. Dude, if that happens, people are gonna freak out. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, JJ knew. And not only will I be the fractal Farquad, I will be the prophet Farquad as well. We'll have to come up with a better name. The prophet professor. No. Prophetesser. All right, let's get back to the news segment. Gosh, Bitcoin looks amazing. What's going on here? 74, 285. It's the same price it was yesterday. Calm down, JJ. Update. Demand for downside protection. We just read that. Am I crazy? Oh, I scrolled down. I remember. Search interest for call. I can't read now. For search engine for can't sell house. I'm gonna take a drink. I swear to God, I haven't even taken an edible. I think I've become reliant on the edibles now for reading. Okay. Huge. Search interest for can't sell house in the U.S. has surged to all-time highs. Very cool. According to Crypto Quaint, Bitcoin's rally could face resistance between 75K and 85K, despite increasingly bullish derivatives positioning. Tomorrow, rates are expected to remain unchanged, with markets focused on Powell's outlook. I'm going to do it again. The profits, sir. I like that. Okay, tomorrow, FOMC. If Powell cuts rates, it won't be a coincidence. It won't be some magical, oh my gosh, we weren't expecting this, oh my gosh. The investigation into Powell was dropped. So now it does not look like he's under political pressure. Why didn't he cut rates before? Because it would have looked like he was being pressured politically. Trump constantly pressuring him to cut rates made it so even if he didn't do it on purpose, psychologically, subconsciously, he was probably like, I think I can cut rates right now because Trump keeps telling me to cut rates. So if I do, everyone's going to be like, he cut rates because Trump told him to. And then it's going to make me look bad. Now that the investigation is dropped, even if Trump continues to talk crap, it does not look like he's been strong-armed politically, so he will cut rates. And if he doesn't, then none of this is relevant and disregard it entirely. But if he does, subscribe. All right. Bitcoin still looks just as good. Mark Chadwick, stealth quantitative easing is in full effect. The United States Treasury just executed the largest debt buyback in history, $15 billion, breaking last week's $14.7 billion record. Treasury buybacks inject liquidity directly into the system, cash to banks, tighter spreads, freed balance sheets. It's not Fed printing, but the effect is the same. And zoom out. PMI just printed above 50 for 2 straight months for the first time in years. Repo injections are back. The Fed's balance sheet has quietly pivoted back towards expansion. Liquidity is turning. And every major crypto cycle has followed one thing. Liquidity. Very cool. Huge. The SEC and CFTC just released joint guidance on crypto classification. One of the clearest signals yet on how it will be treated going forward. Highlights: digital commodities, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, etc. CFTC oversight. NFTs collectible, generally outside federal securities rules. Let's go. Utility tokens, not securities by default. Stablecoins treated separately under payments framework. Tokenized stocks, bonds remain under SEC jurisdiction. If this framework is formalized, it removes a major barrier to entry. Trillions in institutional capital can safely move into crypto with clarity like this. Basically, the Clarity Act isn't necessary if this goes forward. I mean, it'll help for sure, but this is, I think, eliminating a big chunk of concern over the Clarity Act not passing. Trump, it's a good thing he's out because he said Iran was not a threat on National Counterterrorism Center Director resignation. Again, I want to point out how gorgeous this gentleman's hair is. It almost doesn't look real. Like, legit. Is he like a 30-year-old man? Very confused at his hair. Is that a wig? Is that a toupee? Am I being rude? That's a beautiful head of hair. I was very taken aback. I was like, I saw the article and I saw everything and I was like, whoa, his hair. There was like music playing. I like saw his hair and I was like, wow. It was crazy. I like him playing with the airplane. This is pretty funny. This is our president. 21 million times infinity. 21,000, 21 million. Y'all heard it here first. Okay. MSB Intel posted Trump's latest remarks. Called NATO's stance on Iran a very foolish mistake, criticizing allies for not helping. Praised support from Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain. Described Iran as a military operation. Said U.S.-China talks are reset with a meeting in 5 weeks. What? 5 weeks? I thought he was meeting him at the beginning of April. 1, 2, 3. That's the middle of April. Yeah, that's like 4/20. Dude, him and Xi Jinping are about to smoke up. Okay, that was stupid. I'm sorry. Breaking, the SEC just classified crypto for the first time in history. 5 categories, only one is a security. Not securities, digital commodities, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, Avalanche, Atom, Chainlink, Matic, plus others. Digital collectibles, NFTs, meme coins, in-game items, digital tools, memberships, tickets, credentials, stablecoins, USDC, USDT, PYUSD, Genius Act, securities, tokenized stocks, bonds, treasuries only. Good. Also not securities, mining, staking, airdrops, wrapped tokens. SEC Chair Atkins, we're not the Securities and Everything Commission anymore. Good. For context, Gensler era, 21 to 24, 104 enforcement actions, 4.6 billion in fines. I would sue. I would want my money back, bro. Solana, Cardano, Matic, all named as securities in lawsuits. Atkins era, most crypto assets are not securities. This is the most important crypto regulation in U.S. history, and it happened in a single day. The institutions were front-running this. Bitcoin ETF inflows 767 million last week. Stablecoin supply 306 billion, all-time high. Now you know why. That's pretty epic. Bull Theory posted, breaking, Bitcoin is up 21% in the last 21 days. Bitcoin jumped 13,500 since Jane Street was sued and amid the U.S.-Iran conflict. Bitcoin net inflows 2.38 billion. ETH net inflow 334 million. Total crypto market added nearly 400 billion, while gold and silver erased 2.4 trillion. Crypto is showing insane strength in time of crisis. I will say I'm also very impressed at crypto's performance here. It has been incredibly weak and fragile and brittle, and it's showing strength right now, which makes me happy. Ted Pillows, on the other hand, thinks that this is bearish. He said Bitcoin, bear flag, and fake out. A tale as old as time. I swear to God, if he does a stupid line with the arrow here. What's happening? Why is this taking so long to play out? Took him that long to put those there? That's crazy. I see it. I see what he's pointing out. I actually don't hate it. That might be what it is. That is actually a textbook bear flag. And we are doing a fake out to the upside. But who knows? Philly said, I'd like to see what these other baggy countries do if U.S. pulls out of NATO. I don't think it matters. What's NATO? It just seems silly, arbitrary. Like, you remember when you were in, like, elementary school and you got mad at your buddy and you're like, you're not in my club anymore. Like, what did that do? Nothing. It's literally, it does nothing for anybody. It doesn't matter. You're not in my club anymore? Ooh. I don't know. Maybe there's benefits to NATO that I'm not aware of. But if you're part of NATO and then you do things and you're like, hey, NATO, can you help me out? Just get me like a non-violent military escort through the Strait of Hormuz for these tankers. And everyone's like, no. Then what's the point of being part of NATO? Do you know what I mean? Get out of my sandbox, right? Picklebrick said, I think they're only 20% up in 5 years. Who? All right, let's continue. It's pretty baffling to me how so many people are expecting Bitcoin to just keep pushing lower. Bitcoin dropped to 60,000 below its previous all-time high. The only other time it did this was in 2022 when it dropped to 15K, which was 20% below $20,000 all-time high. But in 2021, Bitcoin pushed 3.5 times above its previous all-time high. In this cycle, we only pushed 0.7x above previous all-time high. If we dropped to under 50K, that would be 30% plus below the 2021 all-time high. So what you're expecting is the largest drop ever below a previous all-time high after the weakest price push ever. That's very arbitrary, but okay. All at the same time as the business cycle has started expanding again. It's not going to happen. And this all comes from the fact that everyone is expecting the 4-year cycle to play out because they cannot see beyond it. Many will be trapped. Not going to lie, that would be really funny. Pickwick said, you can't play with my toys. My favorite was, my dad's better than your dad. What did I see? There was a clip. It was like, adults. And they were like, my dad would kick your dad's ass. And the kid's like, Dad. And the dad comes running up. And the girl, like, pulls out an urn. And the dad's like, what the hell? And she's like, kick his ass, Dad. And she like throws the ashes, and the dad's like, ah! It's really funny. It's kind of morbid, but I don't know. My dad's cremated, so it connected. You know, it touched my soul. It was pretty funny. All right, Bitcoin $74,224.06. I don't know, man. What's it gonna be? I'm gonna say it looks flaggy, but it also kind of doesn't. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I really want to see. I guess my biggest telltale sign would be gold and silver, but they're not really giving much. Sarah Milady posted, "This is how 3 to 6 months in a crypto bull run will change your life. I'll share my secret strategy. It's simple. You are not going to buy Bitcoin. Instead, buy altcoins/meme coins. You will buy coins that are less than 1 to 2 years old. You will pick coins in the field of data, AI, privacy, real-world assets. Those sectors will 20 to 100x on the bull run. Then sell into less volatile coins like ETH and Bitcoin. That's it. This is my current strategy, which will make me more millions by 2026. I've done it before and will do it again. Most people wait 15 to 20 years for life-changing gains in the stock market. You can make it fast here. Many people will regret not following me." 88 said, "I think silver will drop and continue to below 50. That's spooky." Crypto Fergani said, "Buy altcoins now. We are about to make stupid amounts of money." I like it. Bar chart posted, "Campbell's soup falls to the lowest price in nearly 23 years. Not even a huge green reversal day for the S&P 500 can stop the ship from sinking." I'm thinking about buying some. Is that dumb? It just seems like, wait. I mean, yeah, no, I guess I'll wait. $21 seems too expensive still. But one announcement, man, all I gotta do is be like, we're not gonna use 3D printed meat anymore, and then they'll probably explode. This cracked me up. Frontier Airlines removed the deaf passenger for failing to follow verbal commands. Get your checkbook ready, Frontier. You're about to pay. Dude, oh my gosh. I pray that something like this happens to me one day. I really do. I would sue the shit out of Frontier Airlines. I don't want to do some dumb fake slip and fall, but if I like legitimately get kicked out of a plane or something, which will never happen because I'll never be on a plane to begin with, or maybe that's what'll happen so that I don't have to fly. I'm gonna retire after that. That would be the greatest occurrence in my life. So absolute legend Giga Chad is about to retire thanks to Frontier. Very cool. 30-year mortgage rate jumps to 6.86%, the highest level since November. The White House, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if we can find it. The White House literally posted a video of Trump talking about how the mortgage rate reached its lowest level because they bought like mortgage bonds or something like that. It was pretty epic. Let's see. Where the heck is it? I just watched it earlier. There's no way it's not from 10 hours ago, is it? It was posted today. It's this right here. I found it. Trump is like, mortgage rates are the lowest they've ever been, or they've been in the past decade or something like that. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Of orders continuing my administration's efforts to help more of our citizens achieve the dream of home ownership. It's called the American Dream. Thanks to our purchase of $200 billion in mortgage bonds, mortgage rates recently reached the lowest level in 5 years.
Sir. Sir. Hello? Yeah, I think I like, he said the word recently. He did not say currently. So he's got plausible deniability. But still, mortgage rates are back up, brother. Whose trailer are you in right now? This is actually a boat. What's it called? Hang on. It is called a narrow boat. This is a narrow boat, which is like my dinghy in between yachts. When the market's not doing so hot, I rent the yachts out because they're very expensive. Why do all Trump's videos look like AI now? Maybe they are. Honestly, if AI gets that good, it actually kind of does, doesn't it? If AI gets that good, I would use that shit too. Are you kidding me? That might be a thing. Like the next president, from a certain point, each president might legit just like recite words into a microphone and then talk, like say all of those words into the camera from the Oval Office, and then never have to sit in front of a camera again. You know, it might be super efficient. HQZ said looks cozy. It does look pretty cozy, doesn't it? I would totally do narrowboat. People live in these things, man, like year round. I think boathouse would be awesome. All right. 30-year mortgage rate jumps to 6.86%, the highest level since November. U.S. Treasury projected to buy back $15 billion. That actually happened today. We've read this like 6-7 times. It's the largest Treasury buyback in history. Private credit defaults hit an all-time high, 9.2% last year. S&P 500 financial stocks just formed a death cross for the first time since October 2023. It's looking pretty dicey out there, guys. It is looking pretty dang dicey. Regional banks KRE have now closed below their 200-day moving average for 3 straight days. Goldman Sachs Volatility Panic Index spiked to one of the highest levels since 2021. Hedge funds shorted U.S. ETFs last week at the 3rd fastest pace ever recorded. Pickerick said they're feeding him bull snot. He said recently hit. He didn't say it's currently sitting at. So I get it. 88 said LOL they do. Looks cozy. All right. Right here. Google searches for can't sell house jumped to the highest level in history last month, surpassing even the peak of the global financial crisis. Crazy. SoFi down nearly 50% since its November all-time high. I would like to point out, I could be wrong, but I seem to recall Meet Kevin suggesting SoFi buy because of the Trump thing. I don't remember. Because of something Trump did. I don't remember what it was specifically. CTAs are projected to dump stocks in every single scenario over the next week. Maybe he doesn't like SoFi. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Don't quote me. Let's see. Oh, we got Coinfessions now. Diamond hands or pure stupid. I'm one or the other. Been investing in crypto since October 2022. Been a bloodbath ever since with Mo they liquidations for one BS reason or another. Just holding. With last week's crash, saw my shitcoin portfolio drop to mid 30K region. Never seen a single green buck and highly doubt I will ever break even. Now just leaving the 47 shitbags I hold go zero. Diamond hand or pure stupid, I'm one or the other. Crypto, the biggest mistake of my life. Should have just left my euros in the UK banks. Would have been better off. Crypto is nothing but a Ponzi scam with no real use case. Even the shitcoin BTC, stupid fake internet money, would have had a better time with hookers and blow instead of misery and depression, FML. See, unfortunately, I think the situation with this, somebody going from however much money down to 30K, like 30K is a lot of money. If I hit 30K sitting around, I'd be, dancing on the roof. I don't know if a bull market's going to fix your mental scenario. You might have to talk to somebody, legitimately. I've been here 3 years, and I still can't get any kind of grasp on how crypto can still be such an unstable market. Every country's sovereign wealth fund and large bank are rushing to stack or develop their own native stablecoin. We're more regulated than ever. We have the crypto president, and we still can't just trend with the wider market. It's the hope that kills you. It is. That is true. Pickerick said, hold on. HQZ said, I love that these greedy boomers can't sell house now. Same, dude, same. It makes me very happy. And I feel like an asshole saying that, but I also want to not give a shit. Pickerick said the youngsters now don't know how bad we had it. Houses were only 2 years of our income, right? Skyadelic posted, this cycle is different. And this is the only chart you need to understand that. The 4-year cycle has nothing other than 2 sample sizes to provide its validation. It is rooted in nothing other than time, whereas the business cycle has every single major market chart providing it confluence. Every single cycle has been the same, and it's not about time. It's about the macro and business cycle. This chart makes it clear as day. Gold runs during economic contraction, uncertainty. Gold tops when ISM breaks into expansion, certainty. Risk assets enter their true bull cycle. Bitcoin dominance begins its end of cycle downtrend. Every single one of these fundamental charts lines up. And that is because the cycle is actually governed by the business and economic cycle that is inherently linked to actual economic and liquidity performance. The reason next to no one can see this is they are totally consumed by the Bitcoin chart and the 4-year cycle. Because we have never had a cycle like this that has been lengthened due to the longest ever business cycle contraction. No one can fathom this outcome. Humans have a very hard time believing in something that has not happened before, and they will always side with something that has happened. And this will be the exact reason so many will be caught off sides here, because we are not heading lower. I welcomed any and all bears to debate me on this to provide a counter thesis to this, but I know they won't because you can't. Why do you think this was the weakest cycle so far? Why did almost no alts break higher? Why has gold gone on its largest run ever? Because the business cycle contracted for the longest time ever. Everything you need to understand this is right in front of you. Pretty epic. We got ISM expansion, Bitcoin cycle top, ISM expansion cycle top, ISM expansion cycle top. We just got ISM expansion. I kind of like that. I have preached since I started streaming actually that Bitcoin reaching 120K was it basically reaching fair valuation for that time period. I think 60, 70K, or I guess 70, 80K right now is Bitcoin's fair valuation. That's what institutions are willing to pay, because it's definitely not retail driven. Ethereum, ISM expansion, cycle top, ISM expansion, cycle top, ISM expansion. Yeah, this is so choppy and sideways, man. I think Bitcoin going up is because less people were selling it. ETH had the most sideways time ever. Others, same exact thing as ETH. Gold top, cycle top, gold top, cycle top, gold top. Interesting. I like that. I love this. Bitcoin dominance, dump, cycle top, dump, cycle top. It's very sideways right here. I don't know what's going to happen. PMI, ISM, okay. Yeah, this is the ISM right there. That's your expansion, and your expansion. I like this. I miss when crypto was mostly retail, right? Yeah, we never had to do any of this bull crap during the last bull market. Now there's like super like speculation and macro and micro analysts that we have to go through. It's ridiculous. The ETFs was the beginning of the end, in my opinion. It might have been. Time will tell. Time will tell. Anyways, I guess we're gonna call it. All my animals are making noise out there, so I should probably go check on them. I don't know what's happening. I live in a damn zoo. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. Delicious. I'm excited for tomorrow's stream. We got FOMC. Don't forget about it. Happy St. Patrick's Day. As always, when the market starts to do anything, actually, let's do our poll. We only got 3 votes, but we'll do it anyway. I asked you guys, is Bitcoin finally a hedge against Wall Street chaos? 67% of you guys said no, just lagging. 33% said yes, the decoupling is real. I like it. As always, guys, when the market starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Tuesday, and good night.